actually have been wanting to do, and I'm doing some mic brushing right now, I've actually been wanting to do ASMR for years now, and I will buy a Blue Yeti, and then I end up not doing anything with it because I get shy or whatever. So I had a Blue Yeti on hand to use for ASMR, and I tried to plug it into my phone, and it was working, but when I tried to plug my headphones in so I could hear the sounds and all that, I couldn't hear anything. So it was just kind of hard to record like that because, again, I don't know what I'm hearing. And I have my puppy out. Well, she's not a puppy, but she's a puppy to me. Her name's Bloom. She's a Boston Terrier. She's out, so you can probably hear her color. She's the most quiet of my dogs. I have 5 dogs, actually. I'm gonna get canceled. We have a Boston Terrier that I just talked to you about, named Bloom. And I swear my table's not dirty. It's just kind of like a distressed, I guess, look. And then we have some scuff marks everywhere. So I have a Boston Terrier named Bloom. I have a Australian Shepherd mix named Ubi. I don't know if you guys ever watched Ubi growing up, but it was like literal. It was hands, and then they had like eyeballs. Oops, on the hands. So yeah, Ubi. And then I'm going in the order that I got them. I have Lilu, and she is a pug. And then I have Molly, who we found, and she's very old. She has no teeth. So when we found her, she was in really bad condition. And we took her to the vet, and she had no chip, nothing. So just based off of her lack of teeth, they think she's 10, but really she could be older. I also have a English bulldog who we found on Christmas Day of 2024. We were on the way to my mom's house So it's gonna be hard for y'all to see, but my cup is the Invisible Woman cup from AMC. We saw it on the day it came out, and I mentioned it in my last video, but I play Marvel Rivals, and my main is Invisible Woman. She's my favorite. I have all the skins you can get on Marvel Rivals for Invisible Woman, so I had to get this cup, and then, well, I asked my boyfriend to get it for me, and he said yes. And then he also got me the Invisible Woman popcorn cup. At our house, we have, let me take a sip. So this is just some Diet Coke. At our house, we've been going to movies lately, like specifically Fantastic Four, and then we saw the new Superman. I think before that, the last movie we saw was Sinners, so we go here and there, but I'm sort of debating getting like I think it's called Stubs, A-list or something. I don't even know. I could be making that up, but they have like a monthly subscription, and I think you could get a movie ticket a week. And then what I'm most interested in is our AMC is the type that you could like get food at, but the theaters kind of vary. So sometimes you'll have the theaters that have the sit down with like the tables right in front of you, and then sometimes you'll have them where it's like you have a spot in the center of each seat. So and I don't really like the one with the spot in the center of the seats. That's like not my favorite theater, but I haven't really like figured out how to know which theater you're gonna get. So we don't always eat at the theater, but we always get popcorn and like an icy or Diet Coke, whatever. And so I sort of just went the monthly pass thing. I don't know. I sort of want it just so I can skip the line, because there's like the normal line, and then there's like the members only line, and I want that. I want to skip. I'm like so impatient. I just want to get what I came to get and go to my seat. So if y'all have it, let me know if it's worth it. But yeah, so we've been going to the movies lately, and I'll get like a popcorn bucket or whatever, and we have a space on top of our cabinets. The brush I'm using is like an It Cosmetic brush that I think it says airbrush complexion perfection. I don't know, so it's probably like, I don't know, maybe for foundation, I'm not sure. But we have a spot on the top of our cabinets where there's like a space between the cabinet and the ceiling, and so we said we're gonna start putting like all of our popcorn buckets and like whatever on understand stuff. It's kind of crazy. So, I really didn't know what I was going to do with this. I have a Lego set that I could build, but I feel like I've just been yapping for too long. It's just a small Lego set. The Animal Crossing Stargazing with Celeste Lego set. There's 78 pieces. Where we live, it's kind of rural. I always struggle with saying that. So, like, right next to us, we have maybe, like, a gas station, and then, we have a Dollar General of, like, all the stores. So, my boyfriend goes to Dollar General, like, all the time. Like, anytime he's bored, he's like, I'm gonna run to Dollar General. Do you need anything? And I'll be like, surprise me. So, he got me this. Oh, let me show you the front of the box. He got me this last time. I don't know, so I guess I could make it maybe next video, because right now, like, I've just been yapping for too long. You can hear the Legos going back and forth, the Lego box, or pieces, blocks, whatever they are. So yeah, and it's so cute. I played Animal Crossing when I was a kid on my Nintendo DS, and then, was it Animal Crossing New Horizons? The one that was on the Switch that, like, yeah, it was just, like, such a hype moment. I, like, got it the day it came out. I played that too, and I got, I don't know, a crazy amount of hours on there, but I haven't played in a while, and I'm honestly kind of scared, because I know once I log in and see my island, I'm gonna have, like, weeds everywhere that I'm gonna have to pull, and that's a hard task. So I did my press-ons today. I haven't put my nail oil on. I kind of, like, switch between different oils. I really like to use, I'm gonna totally butcher the name, jojoba oil, I think, I don't know. That's, like, my preference, but today I have rosehip seed, and my dog got a hold of this, not because I was on the floor, but Bloom, the only dog that sleeps with us is Bloom, because, like, if we wanted to sleep with all the dogs, like, first of all, they're playful, they play with each other, so they would just be, like, playing all night. We wouldn't be able to sleep, so they love their kennels. We crate trained them pretty young, when they were all puppies, and Biggie and Molly got used to it since they were already grown up whenever we found them. So they're crate trained, and Bloom is the only one that sleeps with us, and sometimes she'll, like, I'm a heavy sleeper, you cannot wake me up, so sometimes she'll climb over me onto my nightstand, and before bed I'll put, like, cuticle oil on, moisturizer, like, all that, and she grabbed this off of my nightstand, and luckily my boyfriend is a light sleeper, so he caught her and took it away from her, but the nerve. So I'm going to put some rosehip seed oil on, and this is just from Amazon. I have, like, hairs on my this week I was just like, oops, we're dripping. I was just dying for the weekend. I have a pretty far commute for work, and then when I'm done, I kind of just rub it all in. I have a pretty long commute for work, and I feel like I spend every waking hour commuting or just in the office. So I feel like nail oil really, like, it does something. It makes your hands look hydrated. But yeah, so you can probably see it on me. And this time, for my press-ons, I used to use Gel-X. Like, I would do my own nails. I started during COVID, where I was doing Gel-X, but I'm kind of like a perfectionist, so it would just take me so long, because I would be sitting there like, oh my gosh, my nail isn't perfectly straight, or I don't know, like and I would do like art, I guess, and I'd be like, oh, like, that's not what I want it to look like, so then I would have to like restart, and yeah, so it was just taking forever, and then like, yeah, they would look good, but at the end of it, when it, and Gel-X isn't like something, it isn't, you can't just go and fill in whenever your nails grow out. So I was like replacing them, and it's just like, it's hard on your nails. So I just felt, I guess the lighting sort of dimmed. I don't know if you can tell. So, oops. It was just like really hard on my nails, and yeah, so I've been doing press-ons for months now, and it's just so easy. You can change them every week, and it maybe takes me, I take them off, and then I put some cuticle remover oil around each of my nails, and then I go in with like a cuticle pusher, and then like I clip like any of the just like dead hanging off skin with the cuticle, is it scissors? I don't know the right term. And from there I will file and buff, and then after filing and buffing I will use an alcohol, a rubbing alcohol like wipe pad swab thingy, I we were living in our rental house before we bought a house. We were living in a rental, and the rental didn't have like a water dispenser or like ice dispenser either. And so we would buy water bottles, and we would have to like basically split it. Like I would want some in the refrigerator because like I love my water cold, and then my boyfriend would want his like room temperature. So I judge him for it, but even like it's so weird. Even like drinking milk. My boyfriend says I say milk weird. I don't know. I guess maybe whatever. I don't think it's weird. I always put ice in my milk, and then like it's so good if you're like eating it with some cookies. Like